Recently, HNNightmares released their greatly anticipated speculation map for HHN 30, and today we're going to take a closer look into what these houses may possibly entail. Do keep in mind this map is purely speculation. Nothing is official unless announced by Universal themselves. Let's start with the first house speculated on the map, Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice, based on the 1988 film, would be the first of the IP houses. This has been a desired house among fans for many years. Like the Ghostbusters house from the year before, this house would most likely be that of a comedy horror house, and based on the speculated location, it seems to be the successor to the Ghostbusters house from last year. This will not be Beetlejuice's first time in Halloween Horror Nights. He made appearances in 1991, 1994, and 1995 in Orlando, plus 1992 and 1997 in Hollywood, hosting his own show. He also made an appearance in Hollywood's Halloween Horror Nights 29 at their Throwback Thursday event. One thing that has fans slightly concerned is the niche popularity of Beetlejuice. While he is from a popular movie, and more recently featured in a Broadway musical, the popularity of Beetlejuice cannot compare to some of the higher grossing IPs we've seen over the years, such as Halloween or The Walking Dead. However, many fans of HHN are excited for the possibility of finally receiving a Beetlejuice house. Moving on to the next speculated house, we have Universal Monsters' The Bride. While details on this house are unknown, I suspect it would focus on the Bride of Frankenstein, who made an appearance in last year's Universal Monsters house. What's most likely is that this house will be the origin story, similar to the house Frankenstein, Creation of the Damned from 2009. Some fans also believe that this house may be coming due to the rumored Bride of Frankenstein film coming out soon. This has also caused some fans to doubt whether or not this house will actually happen this year, due to the pushback in the production phase of the film due to COVID-19. It seems that fans are collectively excited for this house, the return of the classic Universal monsters, and possibly a sequel to last year's successful Maze. For the first original on our list, we have Bedtime Stories. Like most originals, we don't know many of the details on this one, but this house concept is certainly an interesting one. For one, it opens the possibility for a return of the storyteller icon, who hasn't made an appearance since 2015, where she was one of Jack's minions in the icon scare zone of Halloween Horror Nights 25. She would also appear 1 year later in a portrait in the house Ghost Town, The Curse of Lightning Gulch. Another thing that makes this house so interesting is that this idea may be a revival of a similar idea from 2019, a house based on nursery rhymes that was eventually replaced by the house Us based on Jordan Peele's 2019 film. Bedtime Stories is also speculated to share the same location as Us. The fourth house on the speculation map is Terra Cruentus. This would almost definitely be a return of the Terra Queen icon, as the name of the house is the exact same name of the land she had ruled over. On her final night of Halloween Horror Nights 15, where she was sacrificed, she vowed she would make a return in 15 years. Now, 15 years have come and gone, and it is time for her to make a return. This house's story may have horrorgoers try to escape the Terra Cruentus before they become the next human sacrifice. Heading number 5, we have possibly the most controversial house on our list. Billie Eilish may be making a grand arrival to Halloween Horror Nights. A known HHN fan and an artist that creates music with horror elements, Billie Eilish has already been featured in an HHN event. Last year, Academy of Villains played one of her songs, Bury a Friend, during their show Altered States. Billie Eilish has been speculated for Halloween Horror Nights 30 for a while now, but most people assume that, if involved with Orlando's HHN, it would be in the form of a lagoon show, not a house. Reactions regarding her possible involvement have been very obviously mixed. A lot of Halloween Horror Nights fans are skeptical of this house. However, a lot of HHN fans are saying that this will bring in a large group of new people to Horror Nights. Billie Eilish would clearly be a very large draw for the younger crowd of horrorgoers, and some people are arguing that Eilish will be necessary for the event. Some people are even excited for the house, citing the gorgeous imagery of her music videos and how good they could look if featured in the house. It will be interesting to see if Billie Eilish will truly make her Maze debut in Halloween Horror Nights this year. The next house is an idea that has been with Halloween Horror Nights since before it was called Halloween Horror Nights. Dungeon of Terror was the one and only house featured at Fright Nights, the first horror event done by Universal in 1991. Featured in the queue for the Jaws ride, it became a smash hit and made its return in 1992 and 1994. In 1994, the location was changed to where the earthquake queue was previously held. In 1995, it returned once more, now renamed to Crypt Keeper's Dungeon of Terror. Dungeon of Terror would not return again until 2006 for Halloween Horror Nights Sweet 16 in the house Dungeon of Terror Retold, now returned to its original home in the Jaws queue. And finally, 14 years after its last appearance, this iconic house may be making its return. The big question is, will this house be the same as its predecessors? Will it be some kind of sequel? Or will it twist this recognizable house into a new, original story? Arriving at the first of the two houses based on Netflix IPs, we have The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Based on the 1996 sitcom Sabrina the Teenage Witch, this Netflix original, now in its third season, is a more dark and serious twist on the sitcom, delving more into the horror and occult aspects of the show. One thing that has many fans concerned about this addition to HHN is the heavy feature of satanic elements in the show. While Halloween Horror Nights is a horror-themed event, some people still take offense to the featuring of any Satan-like symbolism. This was most recently seen in the house The Fallen, which relied heavily on satanic elements, but was eventually simply reduced to just being demons due to the fear of offense. Fans of Halloween Horror Nights are worried that Sabrina may follow the path of the Fallen house. At number 8, we have our next Netflix original show, The Haunting of Hill House. With an official sequel coming out in 2020 titled The Haunting of Bly Manor, Hill House is expected to make its rounds at Halloween Horror Nights. There are some skeptics, however, that do not believe Halloween Horror Nights will have two Netflix originals as houses in the same year. Some people are predicting that one show will make their round this year, and the other one will not come back until next year, whereas some are predicting that one will just not happen at all. Most of the people in this group believe that Hill House will definitely be happening this year though, with Sabrina possibly making an appearance either as a scare zone or as a house in the years to come. For our 9th house on the map, HHN goers will be taking a trip to the town of Carey, Ohio. Making its first appearance in the 2002 May Scream House and last being seen in the house Slaughter Cinema, the town of Carey, Ohio has been a recurring location for houses and scare zones alike. A city iconic to almost every Halloween Horror Nights fan, this house will definitely draw them in the hopes of seeing references to notable houses and scare zones that have taken place before. Fans will be on the lookout for allusions to such iconic mazes as All Night Dyin', Legendary Truth, The Wyandotte Estate, and Leave It to Cleaver. Longtime fans of HHN will definitely be hoping that this house idea is made official in the upcoming months. For our last house, we will dive into the fuzzy world of Gremlins. This house, based on a 1984 comedy horror film directed by Joe Dante, will most likely be similar to the Ghostbusters and Killer Clowns house we saw last year. While an interesting and exciting addition to the map, this house may not actually make an appearance in the official lineup released by Universal. As a Warner Brothers property, it is unlikely that they will hand over the rights to HHN. However, should Warner Brothers not do their Horror Made Here event in 2020, it is certainly possible that they will allow HHN the license of Gremlins. Life is the Bubbles on the HHN 30 speculation forum said that his source told him that Gremlins was supposed to be a house, but it was unfortunately scrapped. As of now, this house seems to be the most uncertain of the bunch. This lineup of houses has fans expressing many conflicting opinions. Some love it, while some hate it. But what's important to remember is that none of these houses are official until announced by Universal, so make sure to keep an eye peeled on Twitter. I'll make an update video once more information is released, but until then, please take care and stay safe. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and comment, and if you'd like to see more videos in the future, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time.